All right, number 2. The easiest way to go about this one, for me, it's going to be difference of 2 squares. Y'all see difference of 2 square on this one? So this is automatically x minus 7, x plus 7. Boom. Is there such thing as sum of 2 squares? Never. They're all imaginary. Sum of 2 squares, if it looks like it, they're imaginary. So moving on. Let's go on to, I want to do number 5 first. On number 5, look at your big numbers. Is there a GCF?
Yes.
What can I take out? 3. So now I have x minus 2 minus 1x. You don't need the 1. Minus 6. Leave that 3 out there. Because our x squared now has a coefficient of 1, I can do 1 go. And that 1 go basically is, what can I multiply to get to negative 6, but combine those two same numbers to get to negative 1?
Negative 3 and 2.
Negative 3 and 2. And done. Not 6. 6 is on your own. Let's do 4. On number 4, is there a GCF?
No.
There's not one. So then I'm going to use the x method. What that basically means, you take a and c and multiply, which we get 35. You take your b value, bring it to the bottom. And I need to satisfy the product of 35 and sum of 12. What two numbers? 5 and how many? 7? So we know, what's up? Let me finish it first. So that for the grouping method, the first one and last one does not change. So 5x squared does not change. The 7 at the very end does not change. But the two numbers that satisfy is going to go in the middle. And the middle term has x's, so we have plus 5x. Then I have plus 7x. That 7 was a positive, so we'll put a plus on there. And we group them in sets of 2s. And find the GCF. The first group has GCF of what? 5 and x. So I have x plus 1. 7x and 7, what is our GCF? 7. So I have x plus 1. And y'all know the rule. If these two are the same, you've done the right thing. So our final answer is going to look like from the beginning of each. 5x and 7. The repeated value once. And we are done. So if you need more practice on this, there's number 1 and number 4. And if you get stuck, y'all help each other or come see me. All right. This one looks more familiar, right, than the previous one. It's more like the Algebra 1 style. All right. For the rational functions, basically you have a bunch of x's in a fractional format. The first thing that you should always do is factor. Is the top already factored out?
Yes.
Yep. How would I factor the bottom since it's got coefficient of 1 in front of the x squared? Two numbers.
6 and 3.
6 and what kind of 3?
Negative.
Negative 3. So we notice something is going to eliminate. That's going to go away. So I have the understood 1 over x plus 3.
Minus.
X minus 3, correct. And I want to do some vocabulary real quick. How many coefficients are there? How many coefficients are there? Someone said 1? 1 is correct. This understood 1 is our coefficient. Which I'm just kind of putting in vocabularies here. How many constants are there? 2. Constant is a number by itself without a letter. That is a constant. Constant. And this is also a constant. So with the letter is coefficient, with the number is a constant. For number 10, let's go ahead and factor. What two numbers would satisfy, given that the x squared is understood 1 in front? Negative? Ooh, there is a 4. Negative 5 and positive 4. And again, something eliminates, correct? So in this case, I just have x plus 4. If you want to write that all over 1, that's okay too. I believe there's one last one that I'm going to go over. Let's go to the back. Did y'all have to memorize the quadratic formula at one point in time?
Yes.
Okay, you should remember. You might have that little nursery rhyme in your head, right?
I was thinking about the rhyme.
Right?
I don't remember the rhyme.
Are you gonna read? Are you gonna sing it?
There's a rhyme.
Go.
No, I said I don't remember the rhyme, but like, if I heard it, I'd be like, oh yeah.
So it starts with
No,
x
great,
equals.
great.
I won't sing it. Don't worry. Negative b plus or minus square root of.
B
This is our discriminant. B squared minus
plus 4AC.
4ac all over what?
2A.
2a. There we go. So my ABC is basically 2 is my A. The 6 with the negative is my B. Negative 3 is our C. So let's go ahead and plug that in. We have x equals negative b. So our negative b is going to be positive 6 plus or minus the b squared. So negative 6 all squared is 36 minus. For the 4ac, I want to write them all down. Are you taking notes with me? Oh, goodness. Just put your Chromebook or whatever a little bit lower, little bit lower. So our A is 2, C is negative 3. All over our 2A is going to be 4, right? The piece that I'm going to go ahead and combine is just this piece over here. Because I feel like if I do too many things at once, I might get or make a mistake. So 6 plus or minus. Okay, let's only do what I've circled in green. What is that going to give us? Plus 24. I know there's also times 2, right? All over 4. Now when I go ahead and do this one right here, that's going to give me 6 plus or minus square root of 60 all over 4. But we do want to simplify the radical. Let's see if y'all remember simplifying the radical. 60 can be further broken down to, I think of two perfect, one of them should be a perfect square. 4 and, did I say 4? Oh yeah, 4 and 15. Now 15 can be further split to 3 times 5, but 3 and 5 is not a perfect square, so I'm going to stop it right there. Meaning our final answer is 6 plus or minus 2 from that. Radical 15 all over 4. Are we done now? Looking at your whole numbers, are they all divisible by something?
Yes.
There you go. So we have 3 plus or minus the 1 if you want. Radical 15 over 2. And that is the best answer.